should be called not Italy, but Padania. And they say that Padania is a different state from Italy, and we should cut Italy in two, send the south to his own destiny, and just proceed with the north. And he says so many things. He's a populist neo-fascist party, so he says everything to gain votes, and he's able to gain votes also from the south. Don't ask me why, but I know southern people that vote for Salvini, even though he says them that they are not Italian. And there will be two tests at the end of this presentation, and very fast. And the first one will be about Salvini. And remember this, he says almost everything, and this is the funniest one. He proposes to use bulldozers to destroy the Rom camps, which were built with the money from his party, which paid 30 million euros a year until 2008 to build them. So he created a minority, and then now he wants to destroy it because he needs an enemy. Remember Salvini, so Bologna. Bologna is in the south of Pianura Padana, just at the side with these other mountains about which I'm not going to talk. This is Bologna from the sky, and you may know it from history because it was the place in which they made the first university in history. And I just can't take a photo about the university because there is no building of the university. The university is scattered among all the city centers. So there are palaces popping out. Ah, yeah, that's the university, but also that one is the university. And there is a library underneath it. There are like 40 libraries all around, and they can't just take a photo of the university because there is no building of the university. But this is the most representative part. This is Via Zamboni. It's in the middle of what is called the university area. And both the palaces that you see on this side and on the other side are property of the university. Since there are so many students, there are also many. There is also a lot of activity and political debate. So they organize a lot of manifestations and protests like these ones. This is very typical, and it always happened because, for example, this took place last summer when Salvini went in Bologna to have a speech. People reacted this way. And this happened in '77. That's a tank in Via Zamboni. That's the same road that you saw. And it happened also in '68 that they put the tank just to be sure. But you must understand that '77 and all the '70s were a very tense period of time in Italy because we call them the years of lead. Lead is the method that you use to make bullets and bombs and whatever. For example, 3 years later, this happened. This is the train station of Bologna, and someone put a bomb in it. And there were 95 dead. Wait a little bit because I have the statistics. Yeah, 85 dead and 200 injured, and now you will see some familiar face in this moment. Because the final responsible were found out to be the NAR, that you may remind, because it was the group in which militated the guy without an eye that we just saw at the beginning of the presentation. So his friends were involved in this. And also the investigations were slowed down by the Italian secret services. Shouldn't they protect us? No, not in this case. And the Banda della Magliana, which were the other guys, the big photo with all the faces at the beginning, and also by this person. His name is Licio Gelli, and his group was called P2, which stands for Propaganda 2. It's a masonry lodge. I don't know if you know masonry from the Dan Brown books. It really exists. It's an association of influential people that collaborate for the best of the humanity, they say, of course. They say. And this was illegal because it was a secret and subversive lodge, so when they found out that he was involved, they put him to jail years later, and he passed the last 20 years of his life in jail, because sometimes jail works. And what? And when they opened the archives of P2, guess what name appeared in it? Silverstone. He was part of this Propaganda 2 group. He was charged also of that, and that's why, when I was checking the prosecutions, he was prosecuted also for slaughter contribution. This was the slaughter. of which I was talking about. If you go to the south, there are many regions, but the most representative city is Naples. Oriente? This is Naples. That's the sea, that's the Gulf of Naples. And if you go nearer to the sea, this is the scenario that you get. And if you go somewhere else, you find out this. Now, Orienta will say that this is not the situation, I don't know, but there is this thing that we call junk crisis. So starting from 94, this thing started, and it was caused by inefficiency of the entire system and by the interest of mafia, which through the illegal disposal of junk is able to gain even more money than from the drug distribution and extortion. So, actually, the crisis was considered to be ended in 2011, but still today, there is this point. All the lands around Naples are called the land of fire, and that's not a volcano, that's a junk pile that is burning. That's an illegal disposal of junk administered by the mafia, and it's full of these kind of places. This is another place. And so what? These fires liberating the air in the air